Chosen one, this is your moment. This is not just another message. It is a divine confirmation that you are destined for greatness. God has spoken over your life. He has set His plans in motion. You were not created to struggle endlessly, to wander without direction, or to remain in the same place. You were created to rise, to lead, to succeed. If you have been feeling stuck, if you have been wondering when things will finally shift, this is your sign. The breakthrough you have been waiting for is closer than you think. The door is about to open. Your final step to success is right in front of you. But here is what you must understand. Greatness is not given. It is activated. God has already planted the seeds of success in your life. He has already equipped you with everything you need. Now, He is calling you to step into it. Do not ignore this message. This is your moment to rise. Are you ready to step into the destiny that has been waiting for you? Chosen one, your success is already written. Before you were even born, before you took your first breath, God had already designed a path for your greatness. You were not placed on this earth by accident. You were not created to live a life of mediocrity. You were chosen, set apart, and destined to walk in divine purpose. But here is the truth. Many people never step into their destiny, not because God did not call them, not because He did not equip them, but because they never took the final step. You have prayed, you have believed, you have waited, and now God is saying, it is time. The doors are ready to open. The opportunities are aligning. The shift is happening. But you must make a decision. Will you step into it, or will you hold back? This is where many chosen ones hesitate. Fear creeps in. Doubt whispers lies. The enemy tries to convince them that they are not ready, that they are not worthy, that the promise is too far out of reach. But let me remind you, if God has called you, He has already prepared the way. You are not waiting on success. Success has been waiting on you. Every challenge you have faced, every setback, every moment of struggle, it was all preparation. God has been refining you, strengthening you, building you for this very moment. You are ready, whether you feel like it or not. The final step is before you. The door is open, but only you can walk through it. Chosen one, your destiny is waiting. But are you ready to claim it? Many are called, but few step into the fullness of their greatness. Not because God has not prepared the way, but because they allow barriers to hold them back. These barriers are not physical walls. They are the invisible chains of fear, doubt, and hesitation that keep people from stepping into what God has already promised them. You have felt it before. That moment when you sense God is calling you higher, urging you forward, preparing you for something greater. But then fear whispers, "What if I fail?" Doubt asks, "What if I'm not ready?" The past reminds you, "Remember when things didn't work out before?" And just like that, you hesitate. You pause. You delay your own breakthrough. But listen to me. Fear is a liar. Doubt is a thief. Hesitation is a trap. The enemy does not have the power to take away what God has given you, so instead, he tries to make you doubt that it was ever yours to begin with. He cannot shut the door that God has opened, so instead, he tries to convince you that you are not worthy to walk through it. But here is what you must understand. God does not call the qualified. He qualifies the called. He is not waiting for you to be perfect. He is not expecting you to have all the answers. He is only asking you to trust Him and take the step. Look at Moses. When God called him to lead, he doubted his ability to speak. When God called Gideon, he saw himself as weak and unworthy. When God anointed David, he was just a shepherd boy that no one believed in. But none of that mattered, because when God calls you, He also empowers you. And now, He is calling you. This is your moment to break free from the doubts, the fears, the lies that have tried to keep you small. This is your time to step forward in faith, knowing that if God is leading you, He will never let you fail. What is holding you back? Is it fear? Is it doubt? Is it the voices of others who never saw your potential? Whatever it is time to let it go. Because the only thing standing between you and your breakthrough is your willingness to take the final step. And once you do, nothing will ever be the same again. Chosen one, when you align yourself with God's plan, nothing can stop you. Success is not just about working hard. It is not just about talent, resources, or connections. True success comes from divine alignment, being in the right place at the right time, walking in step with God's perfect plan for your life. There are people in this world who chase after success but never find it. They work endlessly but never feel fulfilled. They pursue wealth but remain empty. Why? Because they are moving in their own strength, outside of God's timing, outside of His direction. But when you are aligned with God, things happen that you could never make happen on your own. Opportunities come to you. Doors open that no man can shut. The right people appear at the right time. Favor follows you wherever you go. Look at Joseph. His journey did not make sense at first. Betrayed by his brothers, thrown into prison, forgotten by those he helped. It looked like he was moving further away from his destiny. But in reality, God was aligning everything perfectly. At the appointed time, Joseph was taken from the prison and placed in the palace. In a single moment, his entire life changed. That is what happens when you are in divine alignment. You may feel like things are not working out. You may wonder why certain doors have closed, why certain people have left your life, why certain opportunities have been delayed. But what if I told you that God is not punishing you? He is positioning you. Some doors had to close because God has a better one waiting. Some relationships had to end because they were not meant to walk with you into your next season. Some opportunities had to be delayed because God was preparing something greater. Your steps are ordered. Your path is set. Your destiny is secure. And now, God is saying, it's time. It's time to stop questioning whether you are ready. It's time to stop doubting whether you are capable. It's time to step fully into the life that has been waiting for you all along. But to do that, you must surrender to divine alignment. You must let go of your own timeline, your own expectations, your own idea of how things should happen, and trust that God's way is always better. Are you ready to walk in divine success? Are you ready to move in alignment with God's perfect plan? Because once you do, there will be no more delays, no more missed opportunities, no more wondering when your time will come. Your time is now. Chosen one, right before your breakthrough, there is always a test. This is the moment where many turn back, where fear grows stronger, where the pressure feels unbearable. This is where the enemy fights the hardest, because he knows that if you push through this moment, nothing will be able to stop you. Have you ever wondered why things seem to get harder just before a major shift? Why the obstacles increase? Why the doubts creep in? Why the people closest to you suddenly start to question or criticize you? It is because you are on the edge of something great. Look at Jesus before his ministry began. He was led into the wilderness to be tested. The enemy tried to break him, tried to tempt him, tried to make him question his identity. But Jesus stood firm, and the moment he passed the test, his ministry began, and nothing could stop him. Look at Job. Right before God restored him, he faced the greatest test of his life. He lost everything, his wealth, his health, his family. His friends doubted him. His wife told him to give up. But he refused to curse God. And because he remained faithful, God restored everything and gave him even more than he lost. Chosen one, you may be in that final test right now. You may be feeling the weight of discouragement. You may be tempted to quit, to go back, to believe the lie that nothing will change. But this is not the time to retreat. This is the time to press forward. The enemy does not fight people who are not a threat. If you feel the attack, if you feel the pressure, if everything seems to be coming against you, it is because you are moments away from your breakthrough. Do not give up. Do not let fear win. Do not allow the temporary trial to steal your permanent victory. God has brought you too far to leave you now. You have endured too much, prayed too hard, sacrificed too long to walk away when you are standing at the very edge of everything He promised you. This is the moment where you choose faith over fear. This is the moment where you refuse to let the enemy steal what God has already declared is yours. This is the moment where you step boldly into your destiny, knowing that no test, no trial, no obstacle can stop what God has already set in motion. You are almost there. Chosen one, you have made it through the fire. You have endured the trials, passed the tests, and remained faithful even when everything in you wanted to give up. Now, you stand at the threshold of your destiny. This is the moment you have been waiting for. But listen carefully. You cannot step into greatness with a mindset of fear, doubt, or hesitation. You must move with boldness, confidence, and faith, because the life God has prepared for you requires you to walk in authority. You were never meant to live in the shadows, playing small, questioning your worth. You were meant to stand in the light, to walk in the fullness of your calling, to embrace the success that God has already ordained for you. Look at Joshua. After Moses passed, God gave him a command, not a suggestion. Be strong and courageous. Why? Because even though the promise was already his, he still had to step forward and claim it. Look at Esther. She had been placed in the palace for a reason, but she had to gather her courage, step forward and declare, "If I perish, I perish." And because of that, she saved an entire nation. What about you? Are you ready to walk in the authority God has given you? Are you ready to step into the opportunities that are waiting? Are you ready to claim what is already yours? God is not going to force you through the door. He has opened it, but you must step through it. He has given you the vision, but you must act on it. He has prepared the blessing, but you must receive it. And when you do, everything will change. You will no longer be chasing after success. It will begin to chase after you. The things that once seemed impossible will begin to unfold effortlessly. The favor of God will rest upon you in ways that will leave others in awe. The world is about to see what God has placed inside of you. This is your time. This is your moment. This is your destiny. No more waiting. No more wondering. No more questioning if you are ready. You are ready. God has opened the door. The opportunities have been set in place. The path is clear before you. But now, it is up to you to take the final step. This is where many hesitate. They see the promise, they feel the shift, they know in their spirit that something is changing, but fear tries to hold them back. Do not let that be you. The enemy wants you to delay. He wants you to second-guess yourself. He wants you to shrink back in doubt, to stay comfortable, to settle for less than what God has for you. But you did not come this far to stop now. God is calling you forward. He is calling you to step out in faith, to walk with confidence, to claim what is already yours. So right now, in this moment, make the decision. Declare it with your words. Say it out loud. I am stepping into my destiny. I am ready for my greatness. I will not hold back. Let heaven hear you. Let the enemy know he no longer has power over your future. If this message is for you, declare it in the comments. Type, I am ready. My time is now. Let your faith be seen and heard. Stand in agreement with what God is doing in your life. Because this is your season of breakthrough. This is the moment everything changes. And nothing can stop what God has set in motion. It is done. Chosen one, your path is set. Your destiny is secure. Your time has come. You are not waiting for success. Success has been waiting for you. The journey you have walked, the struggles you have endured, the lessons you have learned, all of it has prepared you for this very moment. You are stepping into something greater than you have ever imagined. This is not just about personal achievement. This is about divine purpose. The greatness inside of you is not just for you. It is meant to impact others, to inspire, to lead, to create change in ways you cannot yet see. God's hand is on your life. His favor surrounds you. His power goes before you. There is no force on this earth that can stop what He has set in motion. So from this day forward, walk in boldness. Speak with authority. Move with confidence, knowing that you are exactly where you are meant to be. The doors that were once locked are now opening. The opportunities that seemed impossible are now within reach. Everything is aligning in your favor. If this message has spoken to your spirit, stand in faith. Type in the comments, I receive this. My destiny is secure. Let it be declared in the heavens that you are ready for what God has prepared for you. Your journey to greatness has begun, and nothing can stop you now. It is done.